So all right, so explain the transition from you're just doing you're writing raps for your friend's challenge to now
Yeah.
you're going into the studio.
Yeah.
Seriously, what was that transition like?
The transition was like, so after I really got done with football and was like, I'm done with this. This ain't the path that God chosen for me, because sometimes we sway away from what we're divined here to do, whether you believe in God or not. Everybody has a purpose and everybody has a destiny before we're even born. It's written, and so I feel like, okay, this wasn't my destiny anymore. I thought this was the road God had for me, but now I'm seeing that, maybe God want me to do something else. I just always felt like he blessed me with so many talents that I was able to try to pick. I had to pick of the litter to be able to try to do whatever I wanted, because he blessed me with so many talents. But once I was done with football, which was 2017, 2017, I was done, and I was just like, okay, let me see what it would be like if I really went in there and made a song. Because like I said, I was writing my composition book and I had a lot of songs on instrumentals, but I was like, okay, let me finally find somebody that got some beats and let me see how would it be if I made my own song. Because honestly, a lot of motherfuckers become a rapper and think it's an instant thing. It's an instant gratification, instant process. You gonna be big, people gonna love your shit, people gonna think you famous, but in all actuality, in this music shit, most people gonna hate your shit until you make them love your shit. So I just transitioned to be able to make those songs to see how I would sound, if I was even comfortable to go and release it to the public. Because if you ask any artist, most artists got 100, 200 songs that they never release, and that's only because they're not comfortable. They're concerned about what the public is going to think. And so once I got over that fear, which like I said was in 2017, I finally made my first song. And I kept making songs until I felt like I had a song to release. And my first song I believe I did was in 2018, is with my younger brother, called Talking Shit. Young Reezy featuring Bellz. We actually did that. It was featured on Thizzler. Yep.
Yeah.
It was featured on Thizzler. Fuck Me Friday. So that was the first song I ever did.
Wait, so I want to unpack that too. So
Okay.
This is your first time in an actual studio recording?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then so how do you like find a studio without connections? You just were tapped in?
No. So man, I come from a real musical background with my family being in it. I want to shout out my auntie Shima. For everybody that don't know, she's on the song Wide Open, Mac Mall. She's doing the hook. That is her on the song Wide Open by Mac Mall, which is a Bay Area anthem. Everybody know that song. And so she was a singer her whole life, still is a singer. My grandmother was a singer. And so it already trickled down to me. My brother was in a group called The Fam, Chase P. So I also knew that I had that alley to reach out and navigate to ask them for a studio. So my brother actually took me to my first studio, and we went to my boy who is an engineer in the Bay Area. Everybody know him, Bree. Shout out Bree's World. He took me to his studio. My first time going to the studio was going to his studio, and I recorded some songs there. That's how I was introduced.
So what was that feeling like? Like when you first got into the studio, were you like, oh, this shit's dope, or like, do you remember like?
Yeah, I definitely remember. I remember like it was yesterday. I remember it because I'm like, God damn, this rapping shit is harder than what people tell me it is.
Explain that.
I mean that by because it takes a real talent to go in there and do what Lil Wayne or Jay-Z do when they say they don't write shit down, they do it in one take. Nah, that's not reality. Most rappers is going in there, they can't do the whole song and keep their breath. That's why we got the punch-in method now, because you got to go. Some rappers do line. So when I went in the studio, I'm thinking to myself like, God damn, I done did this song hella times. I done rapped it. But I'm in there with my brother who know way more about music than me at that point. And he like, nah, this not it. You don't got enough conviction. Your delivery not good enough. Like all that shit matter. Motherfuckers think they can just go jump in the studio and make a hit. Nah, yo, conviction matters. The delivery matters. The cadence matters. The timing matters. And being a new artist, you can't perfect that. You don't know. You just reading shit and when you're reading shit off a paper or a phone, unless you're a seasoned veteran, the engineer can hear that shit. It sound like you reading. The producer can hear it. It sound like, nah, then you just reading over a beat. You're not actually rapping it. And that's the thing now, is a lot of people don't understand that being an artist and being a rapper is an actual talent. And it's a lot more than just, I wrote some good shit down. You got to make that shit sound good too, which is a talent its own. You might find a rapper who ain't the best lyricist, because everybody not Nas or Jay-Z, but you might find 21 Savage, a Young Thug, who got endless hits because they know how to make a good song, a great song, which is a hard thing to learn when you're a new artist. So that's why it was so difficult, because I wasn't confident in myself and I didn't have the right delivery and I just didn't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's like any job. Your first day, you're not going to be good at that motherfucker. You got to at least be in there for a couple months to know and get the hang of it, to feel confident. Now you're walking around with your chest out. You fully believe in yourself when you show up to work.
Right. Yeah. Okay.